Great win, man. Anytime you can beat a talented team, not only a team with talent, great coaching, but also great history. A lot goes with beating a program like that when you're trying to become that. So again, I'm happy for our guys who won the game. We knew they were talented, and I'm happy our guys didn't take them for granted. We knew they were a talented team, well-coached team, and they showed it tonight. And it's a good thing we were at home because they played well.
Questions for Coach? Eric Blum.
Cuonzo drew with, I think, 26 tonight. I've said in the past that, he plays quietly, but what about his game excited you tonight?
Well, he was assertive. I think after we got on him, and not necessarily got on meaning chewing him out, but just talked to him about being aggressive offensively. Before we play, I think it was Texas A&M. He's been assertive offensively. That's what we need. Again, I didn't understand why he wasn't aggressive, but we need him to be aggressive. Just happened to be 26 tonight, but he does a lot of other things. He gets in the paint, he makes plays, he get other guys involved. He gets to the free throw line. I'm happy he played well, and they know, man. For me, like X hit 36, Tim hit 33. That's not necessarily my gauge. The points, it's other things. Him late in games, go get the ball. He and X need to have the ball in their hand to execute what we're trying to do, and I thought he did that.
Dave Matter.
Cuonzo, I know you said earlier in the week you've been challenging Mitchell to give you guys more, and you really needed him tonight with the fouls. What did you think of what he gave you for some rebounds?
I thought Mitch was good, and I even thought the threes that he missed were good shots, but we need that. And I think, him playing well, because I thought he defended. I thought he rebounded the basketball well, kept balls alive. That's great for us because we need that. We need him to be a guy that can make shots from the perimeter. Now we just get a couple more to go down. I think it takes us to another level as a team. But I thought he played an overall good game.
Sawuchi?
Just looking at the box score, a lot of threes in the first half, not many free throws, and then kind of the flip in the second half. I guess, what did you kind of see in the difference there?
I think it's really what was presented, because I thought our guys were aggressive. I thought we did a great job of getting in paint. We kind of met our numbers, so to speak, as far as paint touches, whether it's via post, offensive rebounds, or drive. So I thought we got that. But again, I hadn't watched the film, but I thought we had kickouts for threes. But I thought those threes were open too because of penetration. So if they're what we practice, I'm okay with it.
Colin O'Brien.
Yeah, Cuonzo, just Drew's poise at the free throw line tonight when the team wasn't shooting very well in the first half. What does he bring night in and night out, that calm presence?
Experienced guard who's battle tested. He competes, and he gives it up on both sides of the ball. I just think the thing about it tonight, you just see the 26 points, but I think his effort overall is always good. He had 26 points, 5 assists, 1 turnover, 7 rebounds, 14 free throws. Those are impressive numbers.
Mitchell 40.
Cuonzo, there were a lot of times in that second half where Kentucky was able to cut it to a one-possession game, but you always kind of found an answer. I guess just what does that kind of say about the team?
I guess somewhat we're lucky, but just like, for example, and I thought Mitch played a good game. We're up 68-63, and he tries to pass to X, just kind of casually pass, they get a steal. That can't happen, especially when we're talking in the huddle. They get in the passing lanes, either go back door, move the ball the other way. But those are the things, just consistently do. But we experienced enough. We've seen a lot of things that we've done a good job as of late of taking care of the basketball. And we knew early how they would defend Tilly, sending a double from the top, from the baseline. And we just got to get other production. I thought Mitch helped out in a lot of ways. I thought Parker gave us big minutes as well.
Gabe?
You laugh about being lucky, but this team has found a ton of different ways to win games, especially in the last 5-6 minutes. What's the common thread there that has allowed you guys to do that?
I think they understand that it's hard to be successful. They understand that, and when you have a majority of your guys that have been through a lot, some bumps in the road, they've learned some valuable lessons. And I just think they have a passion for each other. They really. I think this is a team that really could care less who leads in scoring, who does all that. I mean, I think they can care less about that. And they've gotten to a point where they're able to challenge each other. And I think that's where the biggest growth has come. They can challenge each other where it's not personal.
Dave Matter.
Cuonzo, there are a lot of fouls in this game during some stretches, and a game where maybe you guys could lose composure a little bit. What do you think the way you guys handled some of those situations?
It's part of the game. You're talking about a very talented, two talented teams, physical guys. I mean, one of those games with a lot of big guys on the floor. So you're talking about physical bigs that it's a lot of banging around that rim. You have to give the officials credit because that's not an easy game to officiate because it's so much physical play in and around the rim.
Mitchell 40.
Cuonzo, Mark hit a few big shots, 3 threes, I think, and then he had that 2 after y'all hadn't made a field goal in about 4 minutes in the second half. I guess just what can you say about him kind of, staying poised and ready and pulling that off tonight?
It's good. It's good to see him knock shots down. I thought he had one where he missed one. I thought it was a great look for him, and I was happy he stepped up and shot it. But I thought the drive was a good one, too, because he had his composure. He's a strong driver, and oftentimes Mark has a tendency to push off on that type of drive, but he kept his composure, got his balance, knocked it down. And that was a big shot, and it was much needed.
Colin.
Yeah, Cuonzo, this is about the halfway point of SEC play. Just what are you most proud of this team at this point in the season?
I think outside of the basketball part, they've been true professionals in dealing with COVID virus and staying out of harm's way, giving up certain things as far as family time, all those things that are normal, in order to be successful as a team and try to play games as a team. So they've made a true commitment as a team. So you have to respect that. Now, on the floor, man, they're experienced enough. We're healthy enough, so that means we're good enough. So I felt like if we were healthy enough and you have all your parts, you have a chance to be a good team. So I think that's it. But I'm happy to see these guys win, especially the guys that have been here, because I saw the work that they put in, over the years, and we just didn't have enough. And to see them having success, I'm happy for them.
Jack Sobel.
Cuonzo, going back to Drew, what's his consistency on both sides of the ball meant to this team over the course of the season?
It's valuable. I mean, but again, and you asked him about Drew, so I have to answer when it comes to Drew, because he plays on both ends. He competes. He gets rebounds. He assists. He's a point guard. He's a 2 guard. He'll guard other team's best guard, or maybe a wing guy. But his value is just as much as whatever Javon's value is to our team. Everybody has a role to play in order for us to be successful, because we're not the same team without Javon. We're not the same team without X Pinson. We're not the same team without Jeremiah. So everybody plays a part in what we do. And maybe some other teams have so much where it doesn't matter who's out, but we need all of our parts to be successful.
Mason.
Hey, Coach. So the bench scored nearly a third of the team's points tonight. What are your thoughts on how that group played as a whole tonight?
The bench, I thought did good. I mean, like I said, I thought Parker hit a big 3. I thought Mitch got big rebounds. Mark played well. I mean, again, they're talented guys, and I think there's way more that we can get from Mitch and Parker. No doubt in my mind, as a staff, we feel there's still more, a lot more in those 2 guys that we have to get from them. But I mean, Mark can make shots. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's a starter that's coming off the bench, so I'm not surprised with Mark.
Joel.
Hey, Coach, Tillman didn't exactly have 33 and 11, but can you kind of describe just the impact of his presence being there? I mean, there was never a time, I think, where they weren't doubling him. So,
well, the thing is, with him being doubled, now you're talking about guys that are doubling with size. So the guy that's defending him already has size and strength. Now you bring the guy to double with size, length, athleticism that can block shots. Then they rotate out it well. So it came from the baseline, it come from the top. So he came at him different ways, and I thought he got rushed a little bit, because I thought sometimes it was one-on-one, just take your time, make your moves. I thought he rushed it a little bit, but give them guys credit for sending length, athleticism, giving them different looks, and that's part of it. But again, you're able to get other opportunities when he's being defended that way. Just other guys have to step up and make shots.
Colin, did you have another question?
No, sorry.
Okay, Coach, congratulations. We'll let you get out.
Thank you.
We'll see you Saturday.